I love great conversations. Hi, my name is Angel Jones. Thank you for joining me on 12-Minute Convos, where I help you create a brand of your own unique real self. Listen in as I have conversations with amazing people from all over the world. Good night, Naomi Mdudu. How are you doing on this wonderful, beautiful night?
I am very well, very excited to be having this conversation with you. So thank you for having me.
Sure, it's my pleasure. Thanks for being here as well. Please do tell us, what part of the world are you in right now?
I am in a very chilly New York City.
All right, all right. I was a bit concerned when I saw that you were originally from the other side of the pond.
Yes, born and raised in London, but have been splitting my time between New York and London for the last 4 years.
How do you adjust to the time changes?
It is tough. It sounds small, 5 hour time difference, but it is a considerable amount. I'm an early bird, so every time I come back to New York City, I'm kind of waking up at 4 a.m. And so it does take a while. I've been doing it for 4 years, and it doesn't really get
Wow.
easier, to be honest.
Yeah, well, do open that up then. Share with us which of your talents is responsible for us connecting at this specific time in history.
Which are my talents? Okay, so the main thing is through my business, the Lifestyle Edit. So we are a destination for creative female founders. I started the business because I really wanted to support women who are going through that transition from kind of nailing it in their corporate lives, but realize that actually the definition of success that they have for themselves doesn't fit that kind of corporate box. So the business really supports these women as they're kind of in scale mode. So my mission is always, how can we support them at these different stages of their business, whether that's when they're first starting out, whether that's giving them a community as they're kind of growing, and creating coaching programs and things like that that really kind of support them as they scale.
Definitely, there is a focus on support in your life. Who did you learn how to be a supporter from?
Definitely my mother. I don't think that I would be anywhere near some of the things that I've been able to achieve and do at this stage of my life if it wasn't for her. And I think sometimes when you've kind of grown up having that support, you really take it for granted. So I really wanted to infuse that sense of support and that community in everything that we do, because especially as entrepreneurs, it can feel incredibly lonely and isolating. When I started my business, I didn't know anybody that ran their own business. So I was just fortunate enough to have a family that was incredibly supportive. But I know that that's not always the case for other people. So that's why it's such a big part of what we do.
What have you seen are benefits of supporting each other?
Oh my God, just today, actually, I was having one of my bi-monthly calls with one of our mastermind groups. We have groups called the TLE Accountability Circle. And in that group in particular, it was 4 women, and we've been masterminding together for the last 4 months. And just to see the family that is the little family that we've been able to build together over the last 4 months, and seeing these women kind of support each other, share resources, ideas, create a safe space for each other to really be seen and championed, has just been incredible. Was without doubt one of the most exciting things that I do in my business, for sure, just being a facilitator for that type of connection.
Tell us where's the best place we can go to find out more about what you do, please.
Yes, please head on over to thelifestyleedit.com. There you'll find all of our interviews. You'll be redirected to our podcast. Our newsletter is where I'm often sharing a lot of the content that doesn't get published on the website. So definitely head there. That's kind of our home base.
What's one other thing you've done consistently over the last 3 years?
One thing I've done consistently. Committed to a real kind of reading process.
How does that make you feel?
I absolutely love it. I I feel like I'm constantly getting a PhD in business just by the kind of books I read. And I've really been committed, especially since starting my business, to really cultivate this curriculum of success. So whether I am walking to the gym, I'm on the subway, I am, making dinner, how can I surround myself with messages and content that really inspires me, inspires me and kind of fuels me and enables me to show up as the best version of myself. So that's something for the last 3 years I've definitely been committed to.
Why would you suggest other people do that?
Sorry?
Sure. Why would you suggest other people do that? Surround themselves constantly with knowledge?
Because I think that, to quote Tony Robbins, as human beings, we're all constantly craving growth, no matter what that looks like for you. And I'm a firm believer in the idea that our thoughts create our emotions create our actions, and it's our actions that we take every day that make up our lives. So how can we be consuming content that really aligns with how we want to feel, and that ends up having this incredible trickle effect into our lives? I would always spend time kind of listening to the news and things that didn't necessarily make me feel good. So I really, really recommend anyone listening to this today to think about how can you make sure that you are surrounding yourself with things that really align with the way that you want to feel and just enable you to kind of put your best foot forward every day.
Amazing audience, you're hearing it live again from Naomi Mdudu. You can check her out at thelifestyleedit.com. Naomi, let's switch gears for a moment. Let me invite you into my time machine that is surrounded with beautiful, warm, blue Caribbean water. Naomi, what is your earliest childhood memory?
My earliest childhood memory is, I think it was being in the park with, I can't even remember, I must have been like a toddler, I was that young, with my siblings. And I remember my cousin was playing a football match, and we had kind of gone out to see him. Where I live in London is very green, born and raised in the same neighborhood. So I could just remember being surrounded by a family. Yeah, I think that's one of my earliest memories. And also I think it was my third birthday party.
Wow.
I can remember. Yeah, it's crazy. I never thought of that, but yeah, I can. That's crazy. Yeah.
How do
Family.
How do you see that memory connecting to who you are today? I think you said it when you said always family, yeah?
Yeah. Family is everything to me. We're such a tight-knit family. So a lot of my memories, my fondest memories, always kind of link back to family. And like I said, my earlier question, that they've such a great support, and especially my generation and my family, we're all very close in age. We very much grew up together as brother and sisters, even, extended family and cousins. So, this is such a big part of who I am.
Can I offer an interpretation to the thought picture you created in my mind with that memory?
Yes, please do.
Ooh, I love the concept of family, which is what you do. I mean, you and the ladies definitely are building community for support. So I see that. But I love the fact that the football match is in there. The game is in there, which surrounds goals. And I definitely know that what you do in your mastermind surrounds setting goals and achieving goals. And to see that echo from then to now is pretty fascinating.
Oh, I like that. That is very, very intuitive of you. I think that's spot on, actually.
I love it. If we fast forward to when you were 12 years old, what was your favorite song?
My favorite song at 12 years old was probably Something by Destiny's Child.
Yeah.
I think Something by Destiny's Child by all means. I was just saying to someone the other day that it's crazy how much there wasn't any kind of music group when I was growing up until I discovered Destiny's Child that looked like me, that reflected me, And I grew up with elder siblings too, so I was always kind of listening to whatever they were playing in the house. So I'm sure Destiny's Child was one of them.
Do you remember one song from them?
Yes. What was that? No, no, no.
Okay, all right. I love to connect names of songs. Sometimes they do connect, to who you are, but definitely you seem to be Destiny's Child in life and flesh, yeah? That's pretty cool.
I'll take it.
All right, my friend. Well, we've arrived at our destination, but before we get off of this time machine, there is a small declaration form. So it's yes or no, possibly a bit more. We're going to move pretty quickly here. Are you ready?
Yes.
Naomi, have you chosen someone to pass on your skills to?
No.
Are you married?
Not yet.
Do you have
Soon.
children? Okay, soon.
No.
Do you believe in God?
I do.
Do you have an inner circle of friends?
Yes.
Do you watch TV for more than 3 hours a day?
No.
How about 3 hours a week?
No.
What about screen time? The phone and or the computer, is it more than 8 or less than 8 hours a day?
Way more.
Now, if you had to share with us your own unique real statement, a statement that represents who you are, Naomi Mdudu, what would you say that is?
Oh my, I'm completely stumped. That represents who I am. Oh my God, I've had a complete brain freeze.
You could say pass.
Pass. Sorry.
You're good. You're good. Well, this has been a great pleasure. Before you leave, is there anything else you'd like to share with our amazing audience?
No, I love where this conversation went. So thank you so much.
You're welcome. It was a great pleasure. Naomi Mdudu, again, thank you for being on what is inspired by 12-Minute Convos with Angel Jones. Thank you for being on 12-Minute Convos with Angel Jones.